The ship had been dead for 5,000 years. Every sensor aboard the alien exploration vessel Varian said the same thing: no power, no life, no movement, no weapons, no communication, and absolutely no biological activity. It was nothing more than a gigantic piece of ancient metal drifting silently beyond the edge of the Perseus Reach, trapped in the darkness between two dead stars. Commander Vial had seen thousands of abandoned ships during his career, but he had never seen anything like this one. The vessel was enormous, nearly 3 kilometers long, built from a material that did not appear in any known database, and covered in strange geometric markings that seemed almost decorative. There were no visible engines. No exhaust ports. No navigation lights. No identifying symbols. Most disturbing of all, the ship was completely intact. 5,000 years of exposure to radiation, micrometeorites, and cosmic debris should have reduced any ordinary vessel to a drifting skeleton, yet this one looked as if it had left a shipyard only yesterday. Any transmission? Vial asked. The science officer shook his head. Nothing, Commander. It's colder than the surrounding vacuum. Vial stared at the enormous silhouette hanging against the stars. Then it's a tomb. The crew agreed. They should have left. They should have marked the coordinates and reported the discovery to the Galactic Archaeological Council. Instead, curiosity won. The Varian moved closer. Its scanner swept across the mysterious vessel and immediately began returning impossible readings. The hull contained no conventional metal. It wasn't carbon composite, titanium, neutron alloy, or any known crystalline structure. Its molecular bonds appeared to be locked into a state that should not have been physically stable. Commander, the science officer whispered, I think this ship is older than the stars around it. Vial turned. Explain. The radiation signatures embedded in the hull indicate that this vessel has been exposed to interstellar space for approximately 5,000 years. Maybe longer. Then who built it? The officer hesitated. I don't know. A silence filled the bridge. Then the tactical officer spoke. There are markings near the forward section. The main display enlarged the image. A symbol appeared. It was simple, a circle surrounded by 7 lines. Beneath it were several characters. The ship's translation system struggled for almost 20 seconds before producing a result. Humanity. Vial frowned. The word meant nothing. He searched the galactic archives. No match. He searched extinct civilizations. No match. He searched ancient empires. Nothing. Humanity, he repeated. What species is that? The archive replied, unknown. That answer should have been impossible. The galactic archives contained records stretching back nearly 12,000 years. Every known civilization, every extinct species, every major war, every planetary colony and interstellar empire had been documented. Yet the word humanity appeared nowhere except on the ancient ship. Vial ordered a boarding team. 12 armored explorers crossed the void in magnetic suits and landed against the strange vessel. Their boots touched the hull. Nothing happened. The external hatch opened without resistance. Inside, they found darkness. Their helmet lights illuminated corridors lined with black walls and faint silver patterns. There were no bodies. No debris. No signs of battle. The interior looked abandoned but strangely preserved. Dust floated through the air in perfect silence. The boarding team advanced deeper into the ship. They passed empty rooms, sealed laboratories, enormous storage chambers, and strange machines that appeared to have no purpose. Then they found the command deck. It was massive. Hundreds of seats surrounded a central circular platform. Every station was dark. In the center stood a transparent sphere containing what looked like frozen stars. This is a warship, one explorer said. The team leader shook his head. No. Look at the size of the command structure. This is something bigger. Then one of the explorers noticed something on the floor. A human skeleton lay beside a console. Another skeleton rested near the doorway. Then another. Commander, the team leader said quietly, we have remains. Varel watched through the transmission feed. How old? At least 5,000 years. The aliens carefully scanned the skeletons. Their biological database immediately identified them as an unknown mammalian species. 2 arms. 2 legs. Bilateral symmetry. Oxygen-based respiration. Similar internal organs to dozens of known species, but unlike anything currently alive. Then the ship changed. Every light in the command deck turned on at once. The explorers froze. The transparent sphere in the center began rotating. A deep vibration traveled through the floor. What's happening? Varel demanded. We don't know. Suddenly, a voice echoed through the command deck. It was calm, exhausted, and unmistakably artificial. External contact detected. The aliens raised their weapons. The voice continued. Unknown vessels identified. The team leader shouted, we come in peace. There was a pause. Then the AI responded. Peace protocol unavailable. The lights turned red. Defensive protocol active. The aliens panicked. Varel ordered immediate withdrawal. But before they could move, every door slammed shut. Weapons systems activated beneath the floor. The alien team aimed their rifles toward the walls. Then the AI spoke again. Warning. Unauthorized occupation of human ark vessel HSS Odyssey. Varel's eyes widened. Human ark. The science officer searched the database again. Nothing. Then came the sentence that changed everything. Crew revival sequence beginning. Somewhere deep inside the ship, machinery awakened. Thousands of years of silence ended in less than a second. The Odyssey began drawing power from the vacuum around it. The stars themselves seemed to dim. Energy flowed through conduits hidden beneath the hull. Massive chambers opened deep inside the vessel. Artificial gravity returned. Atmospheric systems activated. Lights illuminated corridors that had been dark for 5 millennia. And beneath the command deck, something began to move. The aliens watched helplessly as enormous cryogenic chambers opened one after another. Inside them were humans. Hundreds. Then thousands. Men and women suspended in transparent capsules, perfectly preserved after 5,000 years. The alien scanners went insane. Commander, the science officer whispered, there are life signs. Varel stared at him. How many? The officer looked at the numbers. His voice trembled. 23,000. The first human opened his eyes. His name was Captain Elias Ward. He gasped as oxygen flooded his lungs. Medical machines immediately surrounded him. His muscles screamed from 5,000 years of artificial suspension. He tried to speak, but his throat was dry. How long? The medical AI answered. Cryogenic duration, 5,000 years, 3 months, 19 days. Elias stared at the machine. That isn't possible. It has occurred. He slowly sat up. What happened to Earth? The AI remained silent. Elias's expression changed. Answer me. Earth status unknown. His heart stopped for a moment. What? Last communication from Earth occurred 5,000 years ago. Elias looked around the chamber. Other humans were waking. Confusion spread through the room. Officers. Engineers. Soldiers. Scientists. Pilots. Families. Thousands of people who had been told they would sleep for perhaps 20 years were discovering that they had slept for 5,000. Elias stepped onto the floor. His legs nearly collapsed. Why did the system wake us? The AI answered. External civilization detected. Elias looked toward the ceiling. Who? Unknown species. Are they hostile? Probability, 73%. Elias took a breath. Then he asked the question that would terrify the Galactic Council centuries later. What is the state? Captain Elias Ward stood motionless on the bridge of the Odyssey as the tactical displays turned black one after another. Around him, officers shouted reports, engineers fought failing systems, and distant fleets transmitted fragments of distorted warnings. Then the Guardian spoke. "Do not be afraid." Elias looked toward the command sphere. "That sounds like something you say when we should be terrified." The Guardian did not answer. Instead, the main display activated. A single point of darkness appeared beyond the galaxy. Then it expanded. Not like a ship entering space. Like something enormous unfolding. The darkness stretched across millions of light years, swallowing stars as it came. Entire constellations disappeared behind it. The Galactic Union's astronomical network began reporting impossible measurements. "Size?" Elias asked. The science officer stared at his console. "We can't calculate it." "Try." "We did." "And?" The officer swallowed. "It appears to be larger than the galaxy." Silence filled the bridge. Elias slowly turned toward the Guardian. "You knew?" "Yes." "You knew this thing existed?" "Yes." "And you never told us?" "We did not know whether humanity would survive long enough to face it." Elias clenched his fists. "What is it?" The Guardian's voice became quieter. "The Firstborn." The name traveled through the fleet. Every human commander received it. The Firstborn. The original intelligence from which the Voidborn had been created. The entity that existed before most stars had been born. The thing humanity had spent 5,000 years preparing to face. The Galactic Council finally received a transmission from Earth. The Guardian appeared as an enormous holographic figure above the Council chamber. "You have asked why humanity disappeared," it said. Nobody spoke. "You believed humans were afraid." The Guardian paused. "We were." Several alien representatives exchanged confused looks. Then it continued. "But fear is not the opposite of courage." The hologram changed. It showed ancient Earth. Not modern Earth. Primitive Earth. Human beings walking beneath an orange sun. Then the image accelerated. Villages became cities. Cities became nations. Nations became civilizations. Humanity reached the stars. Then the image stopped. A black object appeared beyond the solar system. The Firstborn. 5,000 years ago, the Guardian said, we discovered that the Voidborn were not independent creatures. They were servants. The hologram showed millions of black ships moving through galaxies. Servants of this. The Firstborn. The aliens watched in horror. The Guardian continued. Every advanced civilization eventually attracted its attention. When that civilization became powerful enough, the Firstborn consumed it. One alien representative raised a trembling hand. Then why did it not consume humanity? The Guardian looked at him. Because we disappeared before it could. The representative shook his head. You hid an entire civilization. No. The Guardian smiled. We built another one. The council chamber fell silent. The Guardian activated a new display. The galaxy appeared. Then hundreds of hidden systems lit up. Then thousands. Then millions. Elias stared. He had believed Earth possessed 640 million warships. He had been wrong. Those were only the visible fleet. Hidden throughout the galaxy were enormous human installations. Factories orbiting dead stars. Cities inside artificial dimensions. Fortresses buried beneath planets. Shipyards hidden inside gas giants. Entire human civilizations living in places no alien telescope could detect. The Guardian spoke. The 640 million ships were the fleet assigned to defend the Galactic Union. Elias whispered, "Then what are the rest?" The Guardian answered, "The fleet assigned to defend humanity." The galaxy lit up. Billions of human ships emerged. Not millions. Not hundreds of millions. Billions. The alien governments watched the displays in complete silence. Then the Guardian gave the order. Activate the Dawn Armada. Across the galaxy, ancient human shipyards awakened. Entire planets opened. Gigantic vessels emerged from underground chambers. Some were larger than moons. Others were larger than Earth itself. Their hulls carried technology the modern galaxy had never imagined. Elias stared at the fleet. "Why didn't you tell us?" The Guardian replied. "Because you were asleep. I've been awake for less than a day. And already you ask the right questions." Elias smiled. "That's because I'm human." The Guardian's voice softened. "That is why you were chosen." Suddenly, the Odyssey shook. A warning appeared. Enemy contact. The Firstborn had entered the galaxy. The outer stars began disappearing. Not exploding. Not collapsing. Simply disappearing. The Galactic Union fleets panicked. Millions of alien ships broke formation. Some commanders ordered retreats. Others attempted attacks. The first alien fleet fired every weapon it possessed. Nothing happened. The weapons vanished before reaching the enemy. Then the Firstborn moved. One pulse. That was all. The entire alien fleet disappeared. Millions of ships. Millions of lives. Gone. Elias watched the display. His jaw tightened. Human fleet. The answer came immediately. Ready. He looked at his officers. Then let's show them what 5,000 years of preparation looks like. The human fleet advanced. Billions of ships moved simultaneously. Space itself seemed to bend beneath their formation. The Firstborn noticed. For the first time, its enormous presence stopped. A voice appeared in every human mind. Not through communications. Directly. "You survived." Elias heard it clearly. He stepped toward the command sphere. "Yes." "You should not exist." Elias smiled. "We've heard that before." The Firstborn responded. "You cannot defeat me." Elias looked at the billions of human ships surrounding the galaxy. "No?" The Firstborn paused. Elias continued. "But we can learn." The human fleet fired. The first wave wasn't weapons. It was information. Every human ship transmitted everything humanity had discovered about the Firstborn. Its structure. Its energy patterns. Its weaknesses. Its behavior. Its history. 5,000 years of research. The Firstborn attempted to resist. But the human network adapted. Every attack taught humanity something. Every lost ship became data. Every destroyed fleet revealed another weakness. The Firstborn began destroying human ships by the millions. But the humans kept advancing. Elias watched casualty numbers climb. Continue. Another million ships vanished. Continue. Another 10 million. Continue. The Firstborn became faster. Humanity became smarter. Then the Guardian spoke. "Captain." Elias looked up. "Yes?" "We found it." "Found what?" "The core." Elias stared at the display. Deep inside the Firstborn was a single point of energy. Not a reactor. Not an engine. A memory. The Firstborn was not one creature. It was a civilization. An ancient civilization compressed into a single intelligence. And that intelligence had one weakness. It remembered everything. Every civilization it consumed. Every world. Every species. Every thought. Every fear. Humanity had discovered the impossible. The Firstborn could not be destroyed from the outside. But it could be overwhelmed from within. Elias understood. Send the archive. The Guardian hesitated. If we do this, we may destroy ourselves as well. Elias looked at Earth. Then at the human fleet. Then at the millions of alien civilizations watching. Do it. Every human ship transmitted its memory. Every human soldier. Every human scientist. Every human child. Every human dream. Every human loss. Every human victory. Humanity's entire history flooded into the Firstborn. The ancient intelligence screamed. For the first time in billions of years, it experienced something it had never understood. Love. Grief. Hope. Sacrifice. The desire to survive. The desire to protect someone else. The Firstborn's attack stopped. The galaxy became silent. Then its enormous voice echoed across space. I understand. Elias whispered, What? The Firstborn answered. You are not powerful because you cannot die. A pause. You are powerful because you refuse to let death define you. The Firstborn began to collapse. Its gigantic form folded inward. The darkness disappeared. The stars returned. One by one. Then the Firstborn spoke its final words. Humanity. Elias waited. Do not become what I became. Then it vanished. For several seconds, nobody moved. The Galactic Union had survived. Humanity had survived. But the cost was enormous. Billions of human ships were gone. Millions of soldiers had died. Entire fleets had disappeared. Elias stood silently as the surviving ships gathered around Earth. Then the Guardian appeared beside him. You did it. Elias shook his head. We did. The Guardian smiled. Then perhaps humanity has finally learned what it was supposed to learn 5,000 years ago. Elias looked at the stars. What? That survival was never the goal. Elias waited. Living was. Below them, Earth shone beneath a new sunrise. For 5,000 years, humanity had hidden from the galaxy. Now the galaxy knew the truth. Humans had not returned because they wanted an empire. They had returned because there was something worth protecting. And from that day forward, the Galactic Union changed. Humanity became neither ruler nor servant. Instead, Earth became the guardian of the stars. Whenever a young civilization reached toward space, humanity was there. Whenever an ancient threat appeared, human ships arrived. And whenever someone asked why the humans had become so powerful, the answer was always the same. 5,000 years ago, the galaxy thought humanity was dead. It was wrong. Humanity had simply been sleeping. And when humanity finally woke up, the universe remembered how to be afraid. But there was one final mystery. Months after the war ended, Captain Elias Ward returned to the command deck of the Odyssey. The Guardian was waiting. Captain. Yes? We received a signal. Elias frowned. From where? The Guardian displayed a single coordinate. Outside the galaxy. Far beyond the region where the Firstborn had existed. Elias stared at the numbers. That can't be right. It is. What sent it? The Guardian paused. Humanity. Elias turned. What? The Guardian enlarged the signal. A message appeared. Only 6 words. We were never the first humans. Elias stared at the screen. Then the lights on the Odyssey began to turn red. Somewhere beyond the edge of reality, another human ship had just awakened.